Let's dive into this intriguing narrative starring none other than Roger Severino, former Civil Rights Director for the DOJ Office of Civil Rights. Buckle up, because we're about to break down a tale that's as baffling as it is illuminating. Now, picture this. SpaceX, the brainchild of Elon Musk, known for its ventures into the cosmos, finds itself in the crosshairs of a peculiar legal tussle. The DOJ, under the Biden administration, has slapped a lawsuit on SpaceX, claiming that the company gave refugees and asylum seekers the cold shoulder during their hiring spree. And get this, the DOJ is aiming to make SpaceX dig deep into its pockets to compensate those non-citizens they allegedly didn't employ. Quite the drama, huh?
One thing we need to hear more about from GOP presidential candidates is what they're going to do about the gross overreach of the Justice Department. Now they're going after Elon Musk. The DOJ is suing his company SpaceX over discriminatory practices because the company will not hire asylum seekers or refugees. Now, this isn't something Musk has ever hidden. He's been saying it for years. In fact, he says it's all because of one thing.
When are you going to hire people from other countries than the U.S.?
Unfortunately, this is not up to us. So the U.S. government regulations, they make getting a job in the U.S. hard as it is, just getting a job visa hard as it is. But if you're working on rocket technology, that's considered an advanced weapons technology. Even a normal work visa isn't sufficient. So I want to be clear, this is not out of some desire of SpaceX to just hire people with green cards. It's because we're not allowed to do anything else.
The government says that he's wrong, that Musk can hire asylees and refugees to work on rocket and weapons technology. They say that's the law. Now, I want you to hear something else that Musk said about this policy.
I think this is not a wise policy for the U.S. because there's so many talented people all around the world that we would love to have work at our company, but unless they can somehow get a green card, we're just illegally prevented from hiring anyone.
So Musk is pretty liberal on this. He's not really with the populist camp on this type of question. But joining me now is David Sachs, a close friend and former colleague of Elon Musk. Now, David, setting aside the angles disagreement with Musk on who should be working on rocket technology, why do you think the DOJ filed this lawsuit?
Well, Laura, I think first of all, they're basically saying that SpaceX is hiring too many Americans. But the really crazy thing about this is, as you heard in your video, it's not like Elon wanted to have that policy. What he said is that they were required to. There's a law called ITAR, International Traffic in Arms Regulation Act, which controls how companies that are involved in manufacturing rockets and advanced weapons have to deal with classified information. It was widely understood, this is the belief of the entire industry, not just SpaceX and Elon, that they could not hire basically foreign nationals, that they could only hire American citizens and green card holders. It wasn't until April of this year that the DOJ issued what they called a clarification that these companies had to hire refugees and asylees as considered under the category of U.S. persons. And now they're going back and they want to make it retroactive to 2008 through 2022. So pre-clarification, they want to basically say that SpaceX is liable for those 15 years before they issued this clarification.
Yeah, I want people to know what this entails, as David referenced there. Okay, the DOJ wants SpaceX to pay back pay, including interest and all other relief available to each individual discriminated against who was actually qualified. I mean, that's got to be not an insignificant amount of money, David. And again, this seems really punitive at this point. This does not seem like a fair application of clarified statutory language.
So, where does Roger Severino stand on this spectacle? Well, he's no stranger to the civil rights scene, having spent 7 years in the Civil Rights Division and even headed a civil rights office. And his verdict on this lawsuit? It's a bona fide joke. He's calling it out as a political vendetta against Elon Musk. All because some folks at the DOJ might not be on the Musk fan club's mailing list.
And the DOJ wants to force SpaceX to give full back pay to non-citizens it did not hire. Roger, where do you come down on this story?
Well, as you said, I was in the Civil Rights Division for 7 years and head of a civil rights office. And this lawsuit is a joke. This is really political payback against Elon Musk because they don't like Elon Musk. That's what it comes down to. Elon Musk, SpaceX, they put rockets in space and they put satellites, which are sensitive technology because you know what else can go up in rockets? Nuclear warheads. So there are logical restrictions on who could actually work on such technology. I ITAR prohibits trafficking in arms, and those regulations is what Elon Musk and SpaceX relied on to say we're allowing green card holders and American citizens, but if you don't fall in those categories, I'm sorry, the federal government has tied our hands. That's exactly what Elon Musk said. But this DOJ, which is so highly politicized, said, well, if you squint, there's this exception in one of the laws that says if you're asylee or refugee status, then you should be allowed to apply for that job. Well, guess who else doesn't allow green card holders or asylees? The U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. Right now, they have advertisements saying if you only American citizens and nationals need apply. So the hypocrisy is extraordinary. Under normal circumstances, this would have been technical assistance closure. They would have said, you know what, this may be a technical foul. Let's fix this about asylees and refugees. You're doing it right with green card holders. But no, they want to go with the nuclear bomb option of taking them to federal court because it's Elon Musk. And by the way, they actually found the violation 1 month after Elon bought Twitter. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so.
You know, it's so fascinating what you just said. Even the DOJ has these rules that Elon Musk has. NASA has the same policy. Defense contractors like Raytheon, too. And what you're pointing out is, you know, the FTC is probing Elon Musk's Twitter. The SEC is going after Tesla on self-driving claims. The Transportation Department is investigating Musk's Neuralink. You wonder how this is going to affect Starlink. That was Musk wanted to take that public. And let's show Musk's tweet, what you just said. So you're saying this is political payback. This is Biden's government going after Musk because they don't like Musk.
Oh, yes. This is the politicized DOJ with Attorney General Garland and Kristen Clark. We knew this was coming. You see what's happening with President Trump and the politicized prosecutions of him. Anybody who disagrees with this liberal left regime is a target. This is a scary time in America. Again, this sort of, if there's a technical foul here, it would have been taken care of with simple negotiation, but they're dropping a ton of bricks on him with a lawsuit to try to go after Elon Musk. Again, DOJ does not hire people with green cards. Elon Musk does, and they should actually follow their own advice, especially when it comes to sensitive military potential equipment like rockets.
It's really interesting. I mean, SpaceX has Pentagon contracts. So, you're making important points. This was terrific analysis, Roger Severino. We'll have you back on the show.
But wait, there's more. Roger sheds light on some intriguing tidbits that might have slipped through the cracks. See, SpaceX isn't just launching rockets and satellites for fun. These objects also carry sensitive technology. We're talking about stuff that has a direct bearing on national security, like rockets and, yes, potentially nuclear warheads. That's where the International Traffic in Arms Regulations, ITAR, steps in, placing restrictions on who can hop aboard the rocket-building train. It's why SpaceX's hiring policy includes U.S. citizens and green card holders. And here's the plot twist. The DOJ itself has a similar hiring policy. Yep, you heard that right. Their Civil Rights Division's job postings are all about American citizens and nationals. So, when the DOJ points fingers at SpaceX for their hiring choices, it's a case of the pot calling the kettle black. It's like Roger shouting, "Hey, hypocrisy alert!" Now, Roger brings up a valid point. In normal circumstances, this could have been sorted out over a cup of coffee and some negotiation. But no, the DOJ's decided to up the ante and take SpaceX to federal court. Roger's not mincing words. This is a classic nuclear bomb move, and all because Elon Musk's name is in the credits. And guess what? The timing of this lawsuit seems more than a tad coincidental. Just 1 month after Elon Musk snatched up Twitter, the lawsuit takes center stage. Roger's giving the side eye to that coincidence label, and I'm right there with him. But hold on to your seats, because this tangled web doesn't end here. Roger's not just calling out the DOJ for their double standards. He's revealing a broader picture of politicization within the justice system. He's pointing at the Attorney General and other key figures, suggesting that anyone who doesn't sing in harmony with the left-leaning chorus becomes a target. It's a rocky road we're walking on, and Roger's raising some important red flags about the state of our nation. And there you have it, folks. Roger Severino's take on the SpaceX saga and the DOJ's lawsuit, a story of political drama, national security intricacies, and perhaps a sprinkle of targeted action. This is an analysis that deserves a standing ovation. You definitely do not want to miss what Amazon is cooking up. Watch this video to learn more about Amazon's secret weapon to crush it in the generative AI race with NVIDIA and AMD.